Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to take a bit of a moment of the readings for the groups, and I'm going to be reading for EXO's Magne, for EXO's Sehun, because I got the news that he's enlisting very soon this month, probably in a couple of days. So I wanted to get ahead of myself and do a proper reading for him before he enlists, because as you know, I do not read for idols that are on the military service, like, because of respect. It is considered as a sort of hiatus, so I do not read for them until they come back. So yes, let's do this for Sehun. So yeah, let's see the cards that he got. We start with the Seven of Cups, Three of Cups, Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords, and the Hierophant. And then from the Oracle, he got the card of Sun in Capricorn, achievement. So yeah, it's very meaningful that he got the Sun in Capricorn energy. And also this Oracle card. I believe that probably, I know he's enlisting on the 21st of December, but there's something about the, like, when the sun is in Capricorn, or when it's Capricorn season, things are going to be very positive for him in that season. It's just that maybe he doesn't see it now. He's like, but I believe that probably in Capricorn season he's going to be achieving a lot. And probably, this whole new journey, it has to do with achievements, and it has to do with connecting with the more practical side of his life. I know he is a Moon in Taurus, but um, from the cards that I get here, I think that Sehun's energy, maybe at this moment or this period in his life, or I don't know if he had always been like this, but there's something about him being like daydreaming a lot. Um, I don't know. I get the vibe that he escapes reality a lot. Like, I don't know why. Maybe because at this period he's feeling sensitive. But I wonder why I don't get pentacles, for him. Like, it seems like, I don't know if um Sehun, I believe he's very sensitive, but also I think that he doesn't create much with his sensitivity, or at least when it seems like he wants to do a lot of things, or he wants to, probably he has a lot of ideas, but they all remain sort of like floating in the air. I see this Seven of Cups in here starting the reading, and I see the Seven of Swords in the middle. So there's something about the number, the card's number seven, that for me it repeats a pattern in his energy. And there's something about him probably not been achieving something like that stands the test of time. Probably he gets distracted very much. Probably he has a lot of ideas, but he has a hard time sort of turning them into a reality and sustaining that reality. I don't know much about Sehun's individual projects. I know he was an actor, right? He was into acting. I believe I've seen him. I also seen him in some luxury brands. I don't know if he's an ambassador, but I don't know. I always like, personally, and this is coming from me, that I don't know much, but I always like associate Sehun to luxury. I don't know why. Um, but also, if we think about him being an Aries, also at the same time, I'm like, where is the fire here? Where is the fire? I don't know if he had been feeling like this all this year long, if he had been carrying this energy of, okay, I'm going to enjoy my moment, because what I do see is him reuniting with the people that he loves and celebrating, and also connecting with his friends, with his community, with the people that he cherished a lot. But when it comes to his individual, like his individuality, or maybe his vision about, the enlistment and everything that is going on, there's something about him not entirely like, you know, coming into the realization. There's something about reality not hitting him. Like, it seems like he believes that he still has time. So I wonder if he had like, if he wanted to postpone the military service, or if this was an option and then it was denied. Um, but I see him like, starting very hopeful, but also not very realistic. Like maybe his view of this new era in his life, it's not very realistic. But I think that for him, it's a way of preserving his mental health, to not get obsessed with information, or probably with not, um, just not expecting that much, or not digging that much into, okay, what is it like? Where am I going? What do I need to know beforehand? There's something about him not wanting to waste his time or his energy just overthinking. I believe that the overthinking he will do later when he's in there, because in the middle I have the Seven of Swords, then I have the Nine of Swords. So there's something about him probably when he's there just feeling not very happy, and I think that this is probably the sensation of a lot of people that go into the military. That the experience is not that exciting, it's not that comfortable, I would say. There's a lot of rules, a lot of restriction, a lot of coldness. It's not that you go in there to make friends. It's not like you go camping. It's more, it seems like it's more rigid than this, and probably for him, that he just enjoys to, like I mentioned at the beginning, he enjoys his liberty, his freedom, his ability to daydream. It seems like wherever he's going, there's no inspiration. Like maybe things are very dull, maybe things are very boring for him. Things are very much in automatic, so there's not much inspiration of like, wow, this day is going to get better. No, I actually can see that it's going to be very, very boring. Like he will have plenty of time to think about himself, to think about his life. Probably also maybe obsessing a bit about the things that he didn't do, or he didn't, moments that, or opportunities that he didn't make the most of it. There's something about him that I believe that if can start like him not being able to sleep very well and worrying a lot. But then there's a lesson behind all this. I would say there's a teaching behind all this. I think that there's something about Sehun being like a sort of evading something, like, and this is something that I said at the beginning. Like he is in this energy of the Seven of Swords. He comes from the energy of the Seven of Cups. So I don't know what is it about him that he sort of. It seems that he avoids, either he avoids commitment, or he avoids like long term, um, deals, or he just is always like running, not running away, but he is like escaping certain things, that certain stability. He doesn't chase stability, he just wants to live the moment, and that's it. So in here I don't see like him actually this being hurtful for anyone, like him hurting someone in specific. No, but I think that is his lifestyle. He's sort of like, him avoiding certain responsibilities. But also here, if we think about the Three of Cups, I think that the reason why, maybe because he's the youngest, if we think that he's the magnet in the group, there's something about him being able to avoid certain responsibilities because he is a magnet. Um, or maybe because he was given the room and the possibility to be like this, to behave like this. And in here, if we think, I can sort of see like a group of people like enabling him to be like this, to be this evasive, to not get that, to not get that involved in what he has to do. But in here, once he's in the military, there's something about commitment, responsibility, and just being very involved. Like you have to be present. You cannot be daydreaming because you will have to do a lot of tasks. You will have a lot of responsibilities. You will have a lot of activities to do that they demand of you to be 100% like very much focused on this. Like there's no one that is going to come and offer themselves to be like, let me be of help to you. I'm going to do this for you. Like let me take this. I will do this. And you go and rest. No. Actually, I have a feeling that probably the place that he's going, they are very picky when it comes to responsibilities and when it comes to traditions. So there's something about like, okay, if it's your turn, you have to do it. You have to do it perfectly. I'm watching you, like I'm observing you. Like, come on, do it better, So I sort of see him like there's no way of escaping, neither with his mind, because I don't think that he escapes physically. I think that there's something about his mind probably just getting bored and just not being present in certain scenarios because he gets bored or he just doesn't feel that excited to do it. This is why I was like, okay, I'm talking about an airy sky in here and I don't see anyone's. Like, I don't see fire here. I don't see passion. I don't see desire. I don't see initiative. This is what I'm thinking, that I don't see him being like, okay, I offer myself to do this. I think that it's more like, okay, I go along with what the others want out of me, but I don't initiate things. So at first it can be a bit challenging for him to adapt to this new atmosphere. He's not used to this. Um, but with the Hierophant at the end, and the Hierophant also it has to do with Taurus energy. So I'm thinking that this is a lesson for him. This is a lesson to connect a bit more with, commitment, with commit to this new era, to these new times. That yeah, maybe the military can be very very rigid, full of responsibilities and full of strictness. There's a lot of restrictions as well. There's, a lot of imposition of ideas. It's like you cannot think individually or alone. You have to follow orders. You have to follow what others say, so he can be a bit against this, a bit like, I don't like it here. Like, I don't like this actually. Like him not resisting it, but maybe when he goes to sleep, just being overwhelmed with feeling, with thinking, like, oh my God, this is awful. I don't like it here. But with the Hierophant, there's something about him allowing himself to be taught. Him allowing himself to take these lessons. To just adapt to be a pupil, a student. Like, don't don't get on the defensive. This is not personal. This is part of the process, and also the Hierophant, it's it's like this, yeah, it talks about a system of traditions that, yeah, it's very rigid, it's very, is there's no questioning in here. You just have to follow what they tell you. But also there's it has to do with learning the old ways. You know that there's a reason why this tradition is being made. There's the reason in history why they are serving like this. You know that there's a bigger purpose behind all of this, that even as individuals you can feel it, like you can feel it like a burden. You know, you can be like, oh my god, this is a new world and I'm not comfortable here, because yeah, because it's not made for people to be comfortable. Actually, it's a very uncomfortable place. And and you have to somehow find resources or find resilience whatever you can, because it's a long staying. So but at the end I think that it has to do with him learning um to sort of settle down, you know, to sort of settle down that this is reality, that this is the system that he belongs to, and that it's not just him, that everyone is going through this. You know, that probably this is a, you know, the uncomfortableness that he feels, you know, how uneasy he feels. It has to do that everyone feels like that. But at the same time, the Hierophant is like, don't fight it. The Hierophant is, it's a way of you having to follow the traditions, and it's like, don't fight it. Don't. Sometimes there are moments in our lives when it's better to follow traditions or to follow an institution because they know better and because they have the knowledge. So it's about being humble and taking that knowledge. So yeah, I think that he will learn a lot in this. Definitely, he will incorporate a lot of these teachings in his life. And he will come back a changed man. Definitely, he will come back a more structured man. And also, I'm sort of, when I think about the Hierophant, I think that at the beginning it can be challenging for him, but then eventually he can become a sort of teacher for others as well. Because I see the Hierophant and I'm like, he could become like sort of a head or a leader of his unit eventually, because this is a very important process for him. You know, once he settles down in this, and once he gets comfortable with the routine, then he will start to get the hang of it, the hang of the system and how the system works, and how sometimes how simple it is, you know, to belong. That is not that complex, you know, that is just there's certain protocols, you know, that they repeat themselves all the time. So it's not that complex to understand. You know, it's just that you have to have the responsibility and the commitment and the consistency to follow them. So I definitely could see him like then eventually like winning some awards or recognition, and actually feeling very comfortable with this sort of predictable system. I think that he maybe his you know, the pentacles, the earth, the, you know, the stability that I didn't see in him back then, or that I'm not seeing, he will eventually like absorb it or integrate in himself with this Hierophant. That is the card that is in the middle. But definitely a lot of valuable lessons are waiting for him. This is going to change him for the better. And then yes, because he got the card of Sun in Capricorn, achievement. So definitely he's going to be achieving a lot in the military. He's going to be achieving a lot. It's just that maybe now I see that he's not that fully connected with this. Or maybe when he first enlists in the first weeks, it's going to all be looking like a fantasy, you know, like, okay, this is not real, like this is a dream, and I'm going to wake up of this dream and I'm going to, you know, go home. There's something about him, you know, sort of fantasizing about the idea of being home, you know. But I think that definitely he will get the hang of it, and he's going to be very successful at it. It's just that at the beginning it can be a bit, uncomfortable for him, especially mentally, because I don't see him like not. I see that he's a very healthy, like he is healthy, and he's like, he has the energy and he has the strength to overcome whatever, training that he has to do. But maybe in his mind, he's still a bit confused about what he has to do. But yeah, definitely see a lot of achievements, and I could see him like potentially being a leader in the future. So yeah, definitely there's a lot of achievements coming his way. It's just that it's going to be very surprising for him, even, to notice how much this is going to change him, and how he is going to, actually use this experience for every aspect of his life. These are teachings that he will carry with himself all his life, and they are going to be even more valuable, I would say, that the ones that probably he got at the same, because sometimes when I think about the Hierophant for the idols, I always say the Hierophant is the company card. But in this case, I believe it's the military service for Sehun, and probably he's going to, get more fond of how they work, and end up like admiring them, and being like, okay, I want to contribute to this. I want to do more. I want to get more involved. I want to train more. Like there's something about him becoming like really competitive all of a sudden, and really wanting to be part of the system. So yeah, guys, this is all I have for him. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.